Today I am going to talk to you all about the Island Princess, some thoughts I have about cruising with Princess, and really our overall experience from this cruise. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Tuesday. It's July 25th of 2023, and I'd like to start right off by asking you to please subscribe to our channel. We've been waiting for you to come. We share a lot of really useful information if you're going to go on a cruise or travel very much, and I know that you've got a lot to share with us in the comments and as part of our amazing community. So please do subscribe, and if you appreciate our updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, because that really helps us out. Thank you very much. I want to start off at the top here by letting you know, first of all, that we have had an amazing cruise on the Island Princess, even better than I had imagined. I also, a really fun aside, want to tell you about getting to see my sister on board this ship. So earlier in the cruise, I was walking down the hall looking at, in the area there where all of the photos are. I turned around and looked, and they had this little display table showing the different ways that they can have your photos printed on different mediums and everything. And there was a photo of my sister and her husband and our niece when they were on a cruise on the Island Princess last summer. So I thought it was so fun. I was really taken aback, but it's really fun that I got to see her here, and they really enjoyed their cruise on the Island Princess as well. When they went last year, there was not Starlink, and that was probably the cruise that broke the camel's back with them cruising on Princess, because while they're aboard, she needs to do work. So I was happy to report to her how good the Starlink has been on this cruise. It has absolutely been fantastic. Even when we were up on the northern side of Iceland, it was amazing. At the very far north, the very furthest north that we went was actually into the Arctic Circle. We got a certificate for crossing the Arctic Circle. They always do that, which I think is so cool. But we got that certificate. So up at the very top there, I think would maybe be the day that every once in a while it went a little bit slow. But let me tell you, we have had excellent internet the whole time. As we mentioned last night on our live, when we have opened our laptop to work, you don't have to go log in again to the Wi-Fi. It just stays connected. The same with our phones. If we were in port, whenever we have gone into port, we have turned off the airplane mode and used the cell service for the place that we're in. But when we come back to the ship, put it back in airplane mode, it picks up the Wi-Fi automatically right away, and you don't have to sign in again, and have had excellent luck with the Wi-Fi. So that's really important. The next thing though, that overall I wanted to let you know about the Island Princess is, as I said yesterday, I think she is in excellent condition, and not even just excellent condition considering her age, but really overall I think she is in really great condition. I think of when we cruised on Explorer of the Seas last year, and I was taken aback by the condition of that ship, quite frankly, in a lot of the areas, and that doesn't exist on this ship at all. I did notice, and someone had pointed out to me, but when we were, and I don't know if I would have noticed if someone hadn't mentioned it to us, some Let's Go family members, but up in Movies Under the Stars, up on that big screen, there are a few pixels that I think are out. And last night, I noticed it when we were walking through. I just turned around and looked, and the movie Avatar was playing. And so the screen on the part we were on was dark a lot, and you could see there were about like 10 little places that like just the little teeny bulb was hot pink instead of the color it was supposed to be. So I'm guessing that they'll repair that, because I've thought about it a lot yesterday since I told you I can't figure out what's wrong. If that's the worst thing I've got, I think we're doing okay. We have had not had any trouble that we have heard about with like toilets flooding, water flooding anywhere. I know that that happens on all ships sometime or other. Luckily it's not happened to us yet. I hope it doesn't, but things have really been going good. We have thoroughly enjoyed this. Really and truly, the best thing about being on board is the crew. Now, as well as going to the destinations, but the crew really make it the experience that it is. You can travel to get to a place in lots of different ways, but one of the reasons that cruising I think is so appealing is because of the crew members that you have the opportunity to associate with. So when you go, if you come to the Island Princess anytime before next March and you go to dinner, go to the Provence dining room and ask to sit in Sanka and Kevin's area. When you go in the front door there, it's just you go down a little bit and over to the right, and they are excellent. They'll take really good care to make sure that you have a lovely dinner. Hands down, those were our very favorite servers. Also, Ulian, he is the maitre d' there in the dining room, and he is excellent as well. He will make sure that things are as you would like them to be. So if they're not, find him and let him know, and he will take care of it. We didn't have any complaints, but I have noticed how he has managed taking good care of passengers throughout the cruise. He just does an excellent job of making it run very smoothly and having it be a very pleasant dining experience. So keep your eye out for him as well. In the Calypso Cove, here on board this ship, there are Sankrit and Pokey are the two people that we got to meet and get to know the best. They are outstanding, amazing people. You know, so many people, you just think of them by what job they do, but they're remarkable people, as are Sankit and Kevin, and Julian. So go ahead and if you're going in the gift shop and you need any help picking anything out, just ask them. They'll help you. They'll take good care of you. They really do a good job. Our room steward, Jesus, did an excellent job. Just everyone on board has been such a pleasure to work with. And I would say, honestly, they have an excellent, really team spirit here, I would say, on board, just from what we have witnessed. Clearly I don't work here, but they work together really well, and their common goal, truly, from what I can see, is really to make sure that the passenger has the very best experience. So that's been really nice. Now, when you go ahead and stand back and look at everything here on the Island Princess, the things that Gordon and I have enjoyed the most, our very favorite show was when Jason Keeler, the singer, both of his shows were outstanding. That would be number one for the entertainment. Number two, I would say, was Encore, the production show. I had seen that last year when I was on the Discovery Princess. It's excellent. They play they sing beautiful music. They have amazing dancers. It's just absolutely wonderful. So we have very much enjoyed. Those are our best things on the entertainment. The really funny thing is they've had a comedian on board as well, and we have just done other things on those nights. Just by, you look at the schedule of events and who's playing music where and what's going on, and you have to choose. And so on those nights, we found other things that would be higher on our list, and we did that instead. But the funny thing is after the comedian did his show the next day, I bumped into a few different sets of Let's Go family members, and some of them didn't like it at all. Some of them loved it. So it just kind of shows that I think they have a large variety of shows to appeal to everyone on board at some point or other. But we have thoroughly enjoyed the entertainment, and the music has been wonderful. Most of the time they have someone playing music in the piazza, and there's lots of area there to sit around and enjoy that. There's also dancing in the evening. People have danced there in the piazza. And there's been excellent live music in the Wheelhouse Bar, in the Crooners Lounge. They've had a really good pianist and singer there, and also over in the Explorers Lounge. They've had great things there, as well as there's trivia, and they do the art auctions there. So we have really enjoyed those areas, and I do like that there are lots of little places with chairs where you can just sit out there and watch the ocean go by. We have thoroughly enjoyed all of those places on board the ship, as well as being up there by Movies Under the Stars. Truly, on the days that it's freezing cold, we weren't up there so much. But today it's been beautiful, as we're further south now, and we'll be at Southampton in the morning. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about this itinerary and some things to keep in mind when you are looking at itineraries. And then we are going to talk about some things that I think are changing, or maybe a forecast of how things are going to change on Princess. So first of all, when you are looking at an itinerary, I would say look at itineraries on different cruise lines because it gives you a really good idea of what is out there. And I would always say check the price on the cruise line that you find the itinerary that you like the very best, because sometimes when you look at different cruise lines, even ones that you think might be out of your price range, if you look at how much their cruise fare is and then consider that, take, Azamara, for example, or Viking, or some of the others, when you look at their cruise fare and then you factor in that usually the drinks are included, a lot of excursions are included, things like this, and then you look at going on like a Princess or a Celebrity and how much you would spend by the time you pay your cruise fare and for everything else, your drinks and everything, as well as your excursions, sometimes you're going to find that you can afford the other cruise, that it doesn't cost that much difference. So keep that in mind. Always look at the itinerary. Look at it across a wide range. The reason that we chose this one on Princess is it was a great sale. When we booked it, it was a really good sale for what it was. And when we were looking at the different itineraries, we really liked this. This one had 4 stops in Iceland, because even though we ended up missing Seyðisfjörður, we still had 3 other days. So the reason we missed the Seyðisfjörður, if you weren't here, is because of weather. It was just terrible weather that day. The winds were very much too high to be able to get into port there. Plus, it was a day that we were going to have to use the tenders, and the weather also precluded that. So we still, though, had 3 days to enjoy Iceland, and we truly did enjoy Iceland. And so that is one of the reasons that we chose it. And another reason that we chose it, like, always look at where you're flying in and out of and look at plane tickets and see how that impacts it. For us, it worked really well for the airport that we usually fly in and out of and the flights that they had to where we wanted to go. It worked out really well. Another really important thing to keep in mind, and the reason that I loved this itinerary, is not only did you get 4 ports in Iceland, but you got 2 in Norway and then 2 in Scotland, 1 in Shetland and 1 down in Glasgow. So to me, it was kind of like the best of both worlds. You got Iceland, and I've been wanting to go to Scotland, and we're going to go there more next year on our British Isles cruise. But really look and pay attention. The other thing that I really liked is we had long port days everywhere. The shortest one, I would say, would be in, I believe it was yesterday in Glasgow was our shortest port day, but we had really long port days. And so it gives you enough time to go on an excursion or book your own tour. If you don't know this, when you go somewhere on a cruise, you can book your own tour privately, however you would like to, with someone on TripAdvisor or Viator, or any way that you would like to do that. You can rent a car, you can just walk around and see what is within walking distance of the port. Like in Reykjavik, they had a shuttle that took you from the port over to by the Opera House in the center area of town, or you can book an excursion with the ship, and it works out really well to do something, because when you go somewhere, you want to see what's going on. And on this itinerary, and a lot of Princess cruises actually, you get a long enough time in port to be able to see things. So when you're looking at your itinerary, make sure you look at how long you're going to be in port, because that makes a really big difference. Because yeah, some cruise lines have very short time in port, and you could even maybe go to more ports or the same number of ports but not have as much time. So make sure you take a look at that as well. But we loved that about this cruise. We kind of were trying to decide what our top 2 excursions were during this trip, and all of the ones that we did this time were with Princess. Part of it was because we had never been to Iceland before, or Scotland, and we had not, one of our very favorites was the Best of Romsdal and the Troll Path in Ålesund, or Ålesund, however you say that, in Norway. I've heard it said both ways actually while we were even there. And so we just thoroughly loved that. But it took the whole day from when you got, they got us off the ship as quickly as they could, and we got back right before it was time to go. And so that worked out really well, but that was a spectacular day. We enjoyed it to the point that when we come back on this ship again in 2 months to go on our In Search of the Northern Lights cruise, we stop in that port again. And believe it or not, we booked that excursion. I'll let you know if we change our mind, but that is how much we enjoyed that day. It was just amazing. So we're going to do that. And then our other favorite excursion of the whole trip was the one that we did in Grendisfjordur in Iceland. It was excellent when you think of pulling into a port and hoping to get to see a lot of that whole region, that whole area. It was exceptional, and I am really glad that we decided to do that. When you go there, you have the option that they've got this bus that comes and will drive you to a waterfall. That's what I would do, and then walk from there if I didn't do an excursion. But we loved this excursion. It took us out to several places. We got to walk on some trails. That's the one where I got to hike down to the Black Pebble Beach there, right on the water. It was a spectacular day, and we got to see so much. And on top of it, it really helped that we had an amazing tour guide. She really went above and beyond to teach us so much and tell us so much about her country and everything to do with it. Really did a good job. So those are the two. I will put the name of that tour down below because I can't pronounce those two names of the places that were in the name of that excursion. So we will put that down below if you're interested in doing anything like that, and we'll get a video out on those excursions. But I just wanted to make you aware of that. Other than that, we have had just a fantastic trip. As you know, we stopped in Belgium before, got to see a lot of World War I sites. We went to Maastricht in the Netherlands, got to see the André Rieu concert, and then we came to Copenhagen and had a day touring in Copenhagen. Really, I don't think there's anything else we could have asked for. Tomorrow, our flight leaves 3:00 p.m. from Southampton, so we have got the 8:15 transfer. It's a Princess transfer. Those just you get off the ship, pick up your luggage, and you go get on the bus, and they take you right to the airport. So that's how we're going to get there. It's gone very smoothly when we've done it before. The captain already announced that we will be picking up the pilot at 3:00 in the morning, and we will be alongside by 6 a.m. So any of you who need to know what time they usually get here, our planned arrival is at 7, but he said we'll be alongside by 6, and so they will get everything processed so that people can start getting off the ship on time. I know that the very first transfer for transfers goes at 7:15 in the morning from Southampton up to the airport with Princess, and since our flight's not until 3, we figured we were okay with the 8:15 one that they assigned us. So it usually takes a lot of people have been saying they've gotten there in about an hour lately. They planned time for that of 2 hours. So we'll let you know how that goes. Our flight is nonstop. We arrive in Salt Lake City at 1 something tomorrow afternoon. So if I had done a video earlier today and I just wanted to get to talk to you about the Island Princess instead. So Gordon will take some of that and turn it into a video so that we can put it up. If we get home and we're not so tired, I'll do another video for you, but it might feel like midnight to us. So we might just go to bed and have a really early start on Thursday. But I really appreciate all of you coming along with us. It's been a more special trip because you've all been here with us. So if you have missed any of our live sailaways, you might want to go back and look, because it's a wonderful opportunity to see the beautiful scenery in all of these places and hear the things that we did on that day and what we enjoyed. And it's really nothing like sharing that in real time, like right when it happens, like right when you're fresh on that day and have thoroughly enjoyed everything, and we're so excited to tell you. So go watch those if you have missed it. And we are planning on Friday night to do a live where you can bring your questions and ask us more things, and we will think of more things to share with you about our trip. You can ask us things about going to these places, or about sailing on the Island Princess, or sailing with Princess. And we'll really look forward to talking to you about that then. So we'll catch you. We'll probably do it at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll put up more information about that, and I can tell you more about it on Thursday and Friday, but we wanted you to plan on it. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.